Hi guys, my name is Arlo or Emma and I am here today with my first ever video for the Adventures of Arlo video YouTube channel. As you can see, this is not scripted because me can't speak. Me doesn't have any sense. But anyway, yes, I am a small business owner based in UK, London, I guess, kind of, really. And in classic UK weather, it is raining right now, which is great for me because that means I get to stay inside. That's not really great because there's something I would do in here. But anyway, we're going to be filming the first ever video because, let's just be honest, I wanted to film a video. Also, I know I look very, very fancy right now, and yes, I love my health right now. I don't really, but this is not because I'm going anywhere because it is raining, but I just like to dress the occasion because this is a YouTube video and gotta love YouTube videos. So anyway, if you want to check out my small business or anything, buy from my small business or whatever, the link to my website is down in the description box below. And if you could like and subscribe, that would be really great. And there are lots of things that you can comment about. So if you want to comment, please do. It's not necessarily, I don't really care. Anyway, let's just get on with the video because I'm going to be rambling for about, 20 minutes. And I've already spent like a minute and a half trying to explain this to you. So anyway, let's go on. For today's video, we are going to be reading some Reddit posts. And I've been looking through all of the different Reddit communities that I would find interesting to read to you guys. And yes, I found one that is Reddit community r/stories. Story times are always great. I like telling them. My friend likes telling them. Everyone likes telling them. And yeah. So this is a nice chill first video. I don't have to really think about it, but I promise in future there will be more videos, say for instance about my small business that I have, or about book reviews or movies or something that I really like, because this video and this channel, not this video, I keep saying this video, this channel is all related to my small business and the things I love. So it's basically me. So yeah, that's interesting. And yes, I am non-binary. I use they them pronouns. Love the earrings. And my phone case, random, it's also from Etsy, but I don't think it's from a small business. It's just, really cool, little bears. I like to call them gummy bears. They look so nice. Anyway, let's get on with the actual video plot line, And yes, I ramble on and I can't speak. So this is going to be real fun. If you like this video, do let me know because I like making videos. I'm no position to actually make good videos in terms of editing, but I'm really funny, I think. So I think it'll be fun anyway. Okay, so this is r/stories. Let's get into it because there's nothing really else to say. We might come up with my own life stories if we read some of these stories. No, that looks weird. Talking about my dad's turtle. I'd love to see this because it has a Mario thing, so I think that's the top of the top kind of ranking in Reddit. I'm not very familiar with Reddit. I got it ages ago. I had to re-download it because I forgot about it. So I've been living with a turtle since I was 3. We're gonna be real dramatic for this, okay? This is over exaggerating, right? It's my dad's pet. I named it Rudy back then, assuming it was a dude. Dad later told me, many years later, that it was actually a chick, not the animal, a girl, a female. Anyway, growing up, I've never really paid much attention to Rudy. Back then, I lived in North Hollywood. It was put in an aquarium outside. See, you have an aquarium, okay? Life is good for you, mate. I'd almost never interact with it because that's not really good. After many years, after my family moved to a different neighborhood, Rudy was given a tiny plastic box with water inside that would act as a tank to live in. I sleep in the same room as the tank. Back when I lived in North Hollywood, Rudy would never even cross my mind. Rudy now crawls around all over the house. One time, that wasn't a joint sentence. I'm just not really good at reading right now. Around all over the house. One time I was doing something that I cannot speak of on my dad's bed, and the door closed with the door closed like I usually do. Then Rudy barged in. It felt embarrassing because this thing shouldn't be talked about. Yes. I don't like animals. I would never want my own pet, a pet myself. Animals are boring as, hell, because you can't talk with them. My mind tends to mentally block out everything. I can't have a conversation with as unnotable background detail, not even worth describing. The only exception to this is people who are mean, let's just say. They always manage to get my attention with their hideous faces and indecipherable noises that come out of their mouth. I want to curb stomp them like in the movie American History X. I wonder if spattered heads would look any different from anyone else's on the pavement and street. Whenever I talk to someone I want to talk about life, metaphysics and stuff with them, I've been reading Suba Hibi that was got me thinking about the sky and stuff. I can't talk about that kind of thing with mean people and animals. So someone responded, your post has been stickied and you've been tagged as a psycho. Okay, fair enough. Okay, now they're just not getting into anything, but that was a very random thing to talk about. I mean, it's a story, so you can't really judge a story. I can, though, because I'm here. Why does this bloody thing feel like it's always backwards or something like that? It's not, though. Sorry, my OCD's getting in the way of this. That's what I wanted. I'm getting in my portable charger and just threw my headphone across the floor. So this is fun, isn't it, guys? Because I can't even see how I look when I'm trying to read my phone. I'm trying to look at you like I'm reading a Bible verse or something. But anyway, I could be doing homework, but that's not fun. Is it fun? Never. Okay. Jeez, Psycho, stop reading a poem. No, sorry, I'm just reading one of the comments. I was just I actually thought this was going to be a wholesome story about him becoming besties with the turtle, but I guess not. Okay, so basically, he was talking about, animals, and then it went on to read people, and then basically just tortoise you invalid. Love it. It's geez, Psycho, stop reading metaphysics and go see a therapist. Love that. Love it, love it, love it. I just feel very, very loved. I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay. Next story. Let's get on with this. Okay, this one's called Contemporary Romance, because that sounds really fun. Well, when I was in 8th grade, I went to the bookstore because I was planning to buy some new and exciting books that I can read. We're off to a great start. So after 2 hours of searching, finally I found my genre, which is contemporary romance, because I love to read how the couple suffered after the loss of their loved ones. It satisfies me a lot, to the point I cried a lot before I sleep. Same. But this satisfaction changed when I met a guy. We were both 16 years old at the time. I loved his company and he loves mine too. We kept seeing each other for 2 years without any label. We were just friends until I fell in love with him. This is great. I love this. Okay, romance? No, I don't even know. Can we just get on with the story? In the 2 years of being friends, I love how he cares about my life. How he changed because of my help, and how he'd shown his affection to me. Everything is going well at that time. So this is written in the past tense, but in the present tense, and it's kind of freaking me out. I feel like he's gonna die now. But one day he left me without any letter, message, or at least words that his family is planning to move to another town. At this point, I feel like I'm empty. My heart dies, and my mind is asking me a lot of questions about why he left, but I don't get any answers. This is basically like if your dad left, but with someone you like. 6 years later, I graduated magna cum laude. I think I know what that is, but let's just during my graduation, instead of thinking about what I achieved, I couldn't stop thinking about him, and that's the start of my never-ending searching for him. So you're basically gonna waste your life searching for a boy who left you. Okay, great. When I receive my 23rd paycheck, I give half of it to my mum, and my other half that I used to buy a ticket so that I can fly to his place, conspiracy place where he lived. So it's not even, you're spending money on nothing here, love. You sound like August at the start of One Last Stop. Let's just be honest. When I arrived at the place, I booked a hotel near his so-called house, and I was completely stunned because I can't believe that after many years of thinking about him and not seeing him, I found him in a hopeless place and time and place. So I went to his place, and luckily he recognized me. He began to say sorry for what he did in the past. I forgive him for everything that he caused me. So we talked for about 5 to 6 hours, including the bonding time. Well, at least at the point, nothing changes because I realized that I enjoy his company like before. We'd bond for 2 days until one day he insists to bring me to his family because I used to get close with his mum before. Yes. When I went to his parents, I saw a beautiful, smart, and tall woman that I'm familiar with. Suddenly, the big revelation shook me because he introduced me to her wife, who is my childhood best friend. I'm completely stunned. Well, after 30 minutes, I insisted to go back to my place, which is the hotel. At that point, I realized my life was a book that I used to read before, which is my contemporary romance. When I used to feel his love for a short time because I was destined to meet a guy that belonged to someone else, but not me. That's sad. That's really sad. That's actually kind of really sad. That story got me. That's basically a contemporary romance right there. Gosh, this is a non-fiction. The Class Culprit. This is a crime scene investigation, guys. This is non-fiction. This is true. This is true. Let's listen. This is by someone called Monitor. I don't know. It sounds weird. When I was 8, our classroom random objects and money just disappears. I actually lost $50 and a banana one time. So it was the flag ceremony. So it was the flag ceremony. So everyone was outside the school. I told my teacher that I was going to get my inhaler since I had asthma. While I was opening the door, I saw a 6th grade taking something from my classmate's bag. So I went inside and asked him what he's doing. So he was so startled when he realized I was there, and he said nothing. I called my teacher and told her what he was doing There's no camera in our school, just outside. The office and the faculty. You can't really see who enters the classroom. They brought us to the office and they didn't believe me. Even when I dug up my bag, they saw $30 which my mum gave me that morning, and my classmate said $30 is missing too, so I ended up being blamed and having a detention for a month. So this is not, it's not going any further. There's literally 0 comments. There's no continuation of the story. It's a mystery. So is she saying, was this person saying that they're the class culprit or they got blamed? I don't know. Let's see if this is appropriate. Okay. Neighbor's secret. And this is a Mario poster. This is really high up in the posts. This is like higher than Luigi. And Luigi is pretty cool. So, you know. I lived next to a young couple with their young daughter, Kay. The wife was small and pretty blonde hair. The husband was a huge guy with tattoos and sweet, not easy to look at. My daughter and their daughter became friends. Years go by, and the daughter Kay says she met her adopted sister. I was confused. What sister? Oh, it was my parents. She had a baby at 14 and gave it away for adoption. She just found us, and now we are going to get together. I see a picture of the girl, and she looks gorgeous like the mum. Kay looked at the dad. I knew a lot of adopted people looking for their parents. Somehow this was the reverse. It turned out well. The adopted sister lived with wonderful parents in Long Island. So basically this is anything. But okay. First day of school. We love first days of school. And there was one comment, other than the one that said, oh, you got married post, you know. This happened on the first day of class when I was in 5th grade. I don't know why, but that teacher really had a quiz on science that day. So she gave us 10 minutes to read the lesson, and I just wrote what is written on the book on my right palm. So she saw me and made me stand in the front of the class, but luckily when she grabbed my hand, she was called in the faculty. I licked the writing off my palm. Wow, that was a close call. That's what she said. Okay, so this is a bit of a non-PG kind of thing. I mean, it's not really graphic at all, but the title is I Caught My Dad Cheating, and it's a Mario post, so we're just going to assume that there are some details. So look away. There's nothing really detailed in here, just going over it. We could see something. This happened when I was 11. My mum was always not home, and I wasn't even surprised when I found that my dad was cheating because some random dude always randomly calls him. So what if a dude calls him? He may be my dad's friend or something. But I answered it one time. Why is the caller's name Brandon Flower Shop? So I was curious. I answered, and he said, "Hi, babe." I thought it was their inside joke. I thought he was joking until he started saying slutty stuff. He doesn't stop speaking. My dad comes home. He was so angry because I answered, and it said maybe it's a wrong call, but it's literally saved on his phone. He would always leave me and my brother on our aunt's house, so I pretended to be asleep one night. I saw him talking with someone on his phone, laughing. Then a man just randomly came in and they started kissing. Then I screamed when my mum found out about that. She didn't care. She said it was normal. So basically, it's only normal if the adults openly choose to live that way. And if your parents have an open relationship and your dad is bi, then they need to have a talk with you. It's only cheating if your dad behaves that way and your mum does not agree. If she doesn't agree and your man still does it, it's beyond cheating. At that point, it's coercive control. Abuses, so she wouldn't abandon him. Google mommy issues and men. Okay. And feel free. Okay, that was very weird. Okay. There was a lot of comments on this one. There was about 8 comments. I'm not going to read through all of them. Love this one. Should have died when I was 6, because that sounds really fun. Hello, Reddit. I am a 17 male. Should have died when I was 6. Let me explain. It was a normal school night. Me and my family were watching a movie. Then my parents sent me and my sister to bed. Now, we had a bunk bed and I had to sleep on the top one. Now, most bunk beds have guards for the top bed so I wouldn't fall off, but I think we broke it or didn't install it. I saw that the top was around 5 to 6 feet above the floor. I went to the top bunk and fell asleep. Then in the middle of the night, I rolled off the bed and hit my head on something that was laying on the floor crying. My parent was laying on the floor. Okay, no, sorry. And was laying on the floor crying. My parents walked in and they saw me and they were freaking out. They picked me up to rush me to the hospital. I saw a puddle of blood on the floor where my head was, and the corner of our dressing was broken. Apparently what happened, I was hit my head on the corner of our dresser and split my head open. Oh, that's sad. Now, when thinking about it today, I should have died from that fall. It was easily a 2-foot drop. A 2 foot, not food, but typing error. And I hit my skull on hard wood. I'm shocked I didn't die from it now. The story sucked. I stuck at typing stories. Have a good day, everyone. Oh my gosh, there's a story in a story, guys. This is great. Okay. When I was 3, I fell off the top of my bunk bed. Strangely, I remember it all. Trying to grab a Batman cape from Halloween. I fell off and hit the right side of my chin on this hard Crayola-themed desk. I didn't cry out of shock, but my eyes were open, and my mum came in and screamed bloody murder. Her and the man she was having an affair with at the time rushed me to the hospital. My jaw and inner mouth was so busted up, you could see my tongue with my mouth closed. Ew. We had to go to the next town over since we lived in such a medically insufficient location at the time. They put ketamine in me while doing surgery on my shin. I had this scar forever. Everyone says they'd love it, but I've always hated it. When my facial hair comes out a lot more, it'd be cool to see just that one spot where it doesn't, like Harrison Ford. Love that. My very first middle school Valentines. This is juicy. This is something that I could do all day, but I do have limits, so I think we'll just talk about something else, after I finish this story. It's quite long and I can't speak very well. This is a Ouija post, guys. This is a Ouija post. If you don't like it, then you're bad. You're like Waluigi, I don't know why I'm thinking of this. Perhaps it's because the day before Valentine's Day, or perhaps it's because I am alone. In either case, I have been thinking of this and thought I might put it out into the universe to see what happens. Let me digress. The beginning of middle school was a very difficult time for me. My mother didn't work and the economy wasn't good at the time for my working class father. Academically, I was behind, and going to a new school, it was tough. Making new friends, and it was tough going to a new school. It was tough making new friends. It was possibly the first time I felt really alone. Heck, I think I spent more time in the library reading books than I did anywhere else. With all that being said, sad, when it came time for Valentine's Day, I knew I would not be getting a card. Unlike elementary school, where everyone got something, in middle school it all depended on your friends. As I previously mentioned, I did not have many. I wish that said any, because that would be really funny. So when that special day came around, I was convinced to get a Valentine's, even if I didn't have to. If I had to buy it myself. I don't know if it was because I didn't have a girlfriend, or because my elementary crush, who had a locker near mine, didn't know existed. Whatever the case, it was really important to me. So that weekend before, I took whatever money I'd saved and went to the store and bought the biggest Valentine's Day card I could find. And the morning of the special day, I got to the school super early so I could put the card in my locker before anyone could see. And right after homeroom, when everyone was going to their lockers, I did the best acting I could. Muster at 12 years old, so to act surprised of my gift. I didn't think many people noticed, but I carried that self-addressed card with me all day. like a man in the ocean holding on a life jacket to stay emotionally afloat. Because at that moment, I just needed it. I needed to feel special, even if I did it myself. Now, years later, here I am, alone on the day before Valentine's Day, and wouldn't you know it, after going through a few childhood boxes in the attic, I found the self-addressed Valentine's Day card. I guess after all these years, I needed it. Or perhaps I knew at 12 what I know now, again, in my 40s. That sometimes we just wanted to feel special, even if it's ourselves that makes us feel that way. So with a steak and a nice beer and a nice reminder from my youth, I was doing my best to have a good day. That made me cry, and you can't see it, but I'm tearing up. I'm tearing up. Love the story, man. Hope you had a good Valentine's Day. Thanks. Happy Valentine's Day. Thanks. This is probably from a day ago, but let's just be honest. One more story because we have 5 minutes left and it's probably gonna go over, but let's do it. Let's find something. Love this. Random story I wanted to share, and this is another Luigi post, and I need to post something on him. I'm usually a fairly cautious person when it comes to me and my own safety, but sometimes my brain slips, or I get too excited / nervous to really think straight. In this case, I was too nervous. Let's see this. You see, me and my 2 friends, let's call me K, one friend S and another friend L, because that makes sense, was walking downtown from the local bowling alley, and it was actually one of the first times me and L hung out. So I honestly had a very little clue of what she was like. So she's a she. For context, me, L, and S all live in a relatively small town, around 10,000 people or less, but one has high in crime. According to Google, it has a crime rate that is higher than 94% of the states, cities, towns, and all sizes. And downtown was certainly no exception. But mate, you have like 10,000 people or less in your town. I don't have that many people in my town, I don't think. But this is different, so we'll just accept it. We went mostly down there just to walk around and maybe shop for stuff, since none of us wanted to go to the S's house yet. We walked to a small gas station pretty far away from people. I think the closest place I felt safe was our school. However, even that was relatively far. Plus, it was summer break, and no one was going there to be there. Anyways, we arrived at the gas station and quickly checked out. However, the cashier looked concerned around all 3 of us as we paid. She looked around before asking us if we had walked or if we had parents with us. I was wary of answering, but Elle spoke up and confirmed her suspicions. She warned us to be careful and said that there was an active sex offender around the area at the time, which scared us all at the time. Now, with all this hyper paranoia and stuck downtown without a ride, we decided to walk to a place I knew to be safer than most places, since the businesses didn't close for a while, and S called her sister, who honestly was our only form of transportation without walking, to hopefully get a ride from her. Now, something I feel we should mention. Sorry, this is really random, barrier out there. All 3 of us knew no form of real self-defense, not real seal, self-defense, and none of us were really that strong. Understandable. So with that in mind, it really startled us when an obviously drunk man or druggie was walking straight past us. He bothered us enough that we all of us immediately shut up and stared as he walked by. It was around 7:20 to 7:30 p.m. and the sun was setting, so me and my friends decided to find a better place to stay for now. So we headed up a street or two to a jewellery place across the street from a Mexican food restaurant because it had a bench. So we all sat while S continued to rush her sister to get off work. Problem being, her sister didn't get off until 8 to 8:15. So basically, we were just stranded there for a while. It was fine and all. It was just putting us on edge since we had encountered 2 pretty chilling things. However, none of them physically affected us. As we talked about what was happening, a white truck began slowly driving by. A man stuck his head out and hand out the window and waved a gun at all three of us. We all panicked and scattered, and I don't remember if we got shot at or not. I don't think so, because I don't remember it happening. I had went to the opposite side of the building as S and L, and so L came and brought me to the other side where my instincts kicked in, and we had to hide in concrete enclosure thing that had a dumpster inside. Now we're all pretty shaken by now we were all pretty shaken by now. S was frantically texting her sister. I was posting my story on Snapchat. We heard sirens and cars speeding, and most of all gunshots. I was scared S-less, along with S. I didn't think now was a good time to mention L was high, but we didn't register anything happening. But all of us obviously weren't okay. Luckily, all of us survived. S's sister ended up showing up as soon as she could and drove us home. My mum picked me up even if I didn't need her to, and we all ended up being fine. We even filed police reports that night just to be safe. But sometimes I wonder what would have happened if S's sister hadn't got there sooner. TL Doctor, me and my two friends got a gun waved at us while we were downtown. Wow, that's intense. That's really intense. That is an intense story. I just... There's so much I could do. Okay, this is a very, very short post. Just end the video and then I'll do a little outro thing. So anyway, this one's called The Summer of 2017. It's a Luigi post. It's quite short. So that time, it was summer of 2017, me and my friends decided to go on a road trip. It was getting dark that time. My friend is scaring us. He's holding a flashlight when he accidentally pointed it outside the windows. Outside. The windows are open, then he whispered, "Look outside." So my friend took their flashlight and pointed it outside. We got so creeped out. It was a group of people wearing a white dress with long hair and has white paint on their face. They all looked like us and started walking slowly towards us, singing. Luckily, they were so slow. So basically, ghosts, I'd say. Anyway, that was very, 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 very emotional roller coaster. We went all the way from contemporary romance all the way to ghosts. It was a very fun adventure, if I do say so myself. So if you... I feel so small. I feel so small. Anyway, so if you enjoyed this video, please do like and subscribe and comment below what you thought. And if you have any video ideas, please do let me know down below. Again, you know, I have my links and stuff in the description as well. And I really hope you enjoyed the video. I thought it was very chill. I thought I was very confident. I don't know if I actually made any sense and if I actually looked like a decent person. But I promise in future I'll have some more exciting and planned content. I'm not going to stick to any routine because right now I'm me, and yeah, I can't come up with a schedule, but I'll just say that I'll aim to do one at least every 2 weeks, so you know, you keep the flow going and I don't have to commit to a weekly one. So if that's okay for you guys, that'd be great. And yes, I hope this length of video is good for you. Sometimes it might be like 2-parters or even longer, depending on the situation. Expect more like artsy stuff and more stuff that's practical and moving. Like, I'm not going to do like a sports thing, but you know what I mean. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you have a great day. And this is me saying bye.